What up guys, it's Dragon Ball for Life here today and I'm back with another video. Now today's video we're going to be talking about is Goku an Outerversal level character. Now I know a lot of you guys, there's been quite a bit of argument and discussion in my videos and on my channel. It's been around for quite a while, but especially recently, and I've had quite a little bit of back and forth with a couple of my viewers, and I'm not here to say that you're completely wrong or you don't know what you're talking about, but I do feel like some of the points that they made I just don't really agree with, and I have my own personal opinion on how powerful Goku is. Now the thing about these characters when it comes to Dragon Ball, it isn't as cut and dry, showcasing on how powerful these characters are. So we can have many different interpretations of their levels of power, and I think it's reasonable to have that. Some people might put Goku at higher levels of power, some people might put him at lower, and some people might put him at more average levels of power. Now personally, I think that he's high multiversal levels in power, but other people, especially people on my own channel, believe that he's at least actually Outerversal and even above that, which I personally just don't, because I feel like there hasn't been anything shown to me that would put him at that level. And I do get the arguments that some of you guys are trying to make, but I feel like that there is some faulty points in those arguments, and I want to go through that because I know there's a bit of confusion on this topic, and I want to explain why I think Goku is high multiversal level, because I also do see a lot of people saying that Goku's low multiversal, which I do not agree with that. How can you say at this point that Goku's just low multiversal? He's definitely at high multiversal levels, but we haven't seen anything to beyond that which would put him at Outerversal levels. I just haven't, at least. And there's been a couple of arguments that I've seen. One of the arguments I saw was, oh well, there's these countless other YouTubers that say that Goku is Outerversal, which I don't care, so what? Just because other people say that one thing is a certain way doesn't mean that that's the truth. There isn't any hard evidence that says that Goku is Outerversal. So just because other YouTubers agree that he is, doesn't mean that that is the case. And you see this with any YouTubers, there's countless YouTubers that say that this is one way, this is one way. But I've checked out these videos or these characters and I saw problems and holes in their arguments. So to be like, well, this character or this person said it. So just because the general masses believes something, that means that it's true. That's a dumb argument to make in general. And we can also do, a counter argument to that. We could say, well, there's countless other channels that don't believe that he's Outerversal. So then who are you going to agree with? A bunch of people that say he is, or a bunch of people that say he isn't? I'd rather just go based off of what I've seen and my own forms of logic. But then I've also saw them using guidebooks, and the main argument is what happened in Battle of Gods between Goku and Beerus, and the shockwaves destroying the Dragon Ball cosmology as a whole, because it wasn't just destroying the living universe, it was destroying everything that was attached to the living universe, heaven, the afterlife, hell, even the Supreme Kai's world, which is on the outskirts of the Dragon Ball macrocosm, and it orbits around it, which I do think is quite impressive. But they put it at Outerversal levels because of some statements that have been made by the sizes of the said universes that are within the Dragon Ball cosmology itself. And then some people also using video games as argumentative proof, like Xenoverse, which I think it's stupid to use video games as argumentative proof, because let's be honest, the video games do not really connect to the actual show itself. They might use the elements from the show, but that doesn't mean that the show acknowledges that either. That's just dumb. And I saw a couple of arguments. So here's the arguments for him being boundless and easily Outerversal. They're saying he's easily boundless and Outerversal. So one of them says he upscales from his cosmology, which is easily gets him from layers into higher outer to boundless. This is further confirmed via the fact that Goku appears in Xenoverse 1 and 2 and is in DBS Goku, whatever. So he's saying Dragon Ball Super Goku showed up in Xenoverse 1 and 2. That is a dumb argument. Why are we using video games? Like I said, the video games do not connect to that, because it's not like Goku stated, yeah, this happened in Xenoverse, or yeah, I met a time patroller, because that's what we see there. Those are different. The games can take lore and stuff from the shows, because they always do that and then put it in there. That doesn't mean that that is actually the case, because it's not a part of Dragon Ball Super's actual canon. And also, if you look at Xenoverse's the way the power system works in Xenoverse, it's actually higher than what we saw in Dragon Ball Super and in Dragon Ball Z. For example, there's a couple instances where people have pointed out, I think Seth the Programmer did it himself. He did a pretty good video where he showcased the fact that some statements that were made in the game that were different in the show. Whereas in the show, like Goku, when he got the Spirit Bomb, the energy for the Spirit Bomb to do against Frieza, he mostly got it from planet Namek itself and the sun, and a little bit from the other solar systems. But in the game, I think he got it from the entire solar system or the entire galaxy itself to power it up, which is way different than what we saw in in the anime and in the manga. In the manga, he got it some from the solar system, whereas in the game, he got it from the galaxy. So those are two completely different ways they handled it. And then you look at the Trunks using the Spirit Bomb for his sword to destroy what's his name, to destroy Zamasu. He got the Spirit Bomb from the multiverse, whereas in Dragon Ball Super, he just got it from the Earth, and that was a bit of humans left on the Earth. There's like tens of thousands of humans left on the Earth. That is insanely different levels of power. So the way they handle it, because they manipulate the story, they have the villains getting more powerful because they get a power amp from Mira's Toa's upgrade, energy boost upgrade shit. So the logic in that, the power scaling that is way higher. So you can't say, well, they're connected to it, so it must be the same. No, it's not, when the power scaling is completely different. And it's never been mentioned any shit from Xenoverse. There's no mention of Toa, there's no mention of Mira, there's no mention of Fu, there's no mention of, the Supreme Kai of Time. There's no mention of Toki Toki. There's no mention of Time Patrollers or another version of Trunks and all this other stuff. It's just dumb to use game stuff when games don't really connect to it. It's just not canon there. And then, some of the other arguments, it says, the reason being Daisenshu source books, RPG game guides, which is canon, super exciting guide, and many more. Where did the Daisenshu state that Goku destroyed an infinite dimension or infinite space or is boundless or Outerversal? Where is it stated in even the super exciting guides? The RPG game guides don't use game stuff, like I said, which is canon to the game's lore. It's not canon to the Dragon Ball's lore. That's just dumb. And Toriyama doesn't have any connection to the games and stuff. These are just like, they're one-off stuff. And then again, Dragon Ball Kakarot is canon to Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Kakarot, okay, this is the dumbest argument here. Dragon Ball Kakarot is canon to Dragon Ball Super? Do you guys not know how the Dragon Ball games have worked throughout for a long time? And Dragon Ball Kakarot went back to the old formula where they basically just using the show. That's why it's connected to it, because they're literally just using the original show. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? That's the worst argument. It had the same thing happening that happened in Z. Yes, because it's literally taking this the whole story and the same story from Z. That doesn't mean that Z, Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super are connected to Kakarot. That just means Kakarot copied off of the actual story. That's just how game development works when it comes to Dragon Ball games. That's dumb. It's like saying that the Naruto Ninja Storm games are connected to Naruto itself because it's using the stories from Naruto Ninja, Naruto Shippuden. Yeah, no shit. It's the game based off of the fucking franchise. They're gonna use the franchise's material. That doesn't mean shit. And then the reason he's saying that is because Kakarot is canon to Xenoverse. Since when? When was Kakarot stated to be canon to Xenoverse? Oh, you mean the same story events that happened in the original story was put in this game too? Yeah, no shit. That's how they're gonna fucking create a game. How the fuck are you gonna create a game off of a show if you're not gonna use the stories from that show itself? That's just dumb. Ooh, sorry if I'm getting heated, but it's just such a dumbass argument making Xenoverse canon to DBS. No, it does not. Kakarot is not canon to DBS. All they did was take DBZ's story and use it for itself like it's always been used. That's how games fucking work. Do you not know how logic works? And those fucking stories connected to Super. That doesn't mean it is a direct connect to Super. That just means they ripped off and used the lore from fucking Z to make it. And then Xenoverse, where do you have the connection to Xenoverse and Kakarot? And Xenoverse does not connect to it. I already stated the feats that we saw in Xenoverse it did not happen in Super. The events there did not happen in Super, and it was never mentioned in Super, so you can't say that shit. And this says Xenoverse being canon, making Dragon Ball GT and all movies canon is great. That's okay. Oh, that's unbelievably dumb. We already know at this point, if you're arguing GT is canon, I don't know what to say to you guys. GT is not canon. Toriyama didn't write that. The series written by Toei, and you can say, yeah, well, so is Dragon Ball Super, but Dragon Ball Super still got to continue on. GT is not a part of the future timeline. It's not a thing because people keep on saying, well, what happens is Dragon Ball Super is right between the 10 years before GT. So that's going to happen, and then GT is going to happen. No, it's not. There is no connection between those two. There is no fucking connection. Dragon Ball GT is not canon. Stop trying to make it canon. Goku's events doesn't happen like that, and it's not just another parallel world, because that's not how the world works in Dragon Ball. And the movies are now also canon because of this. Stupidest argument, too. The movies are not canon. Sorry. They're just not. The movies are not canon. They had to, because if they were canon, why would they need to remake Broly? Why would they need to canonize Broly if the movies were canon? Because the original Broly would have been already canon. Why the fuck did they need to redo it again to make Broly canon now, if they already had him canon before? Unless if you're having two different canon versions of Broly, but where's the other one then? Where's DBZ's Broly? Oh, he's nowhere to be found, he's nowhere mentioned. Maybe it's because it's not connected. Just dumb. Sorry. But the main argument that I see mainly is, well, Battle Gods, they destroyed it and stuff, and they were going to destroy the Dragon Ball cosmology, and the Dragon Ball's living universe itself is stated to be infinite. I keep on hearing this, it's infinite, it's infinite, it's infinite, it's infinite, and I keep on explaining why that's not the case in every video I've explained. The fact that you guys keep on making this argument is just asinine. I've explained the reason why they call it infinite. The Dragon Ball universe is modeled off of our universe. Toriyama literally stated that in an interview. It's based off of our universe. So that means whatever the rules of the size of our universe are going to apply to Dragon Ball's universe, right? Yes, okay. They've even did that with, like, saying the Milky Way galaxy has around 200 to 400, I think they said million stars, which is true. That is accurate. So they are going based off of that, right? Look at, our universe. NASA and scientists and astronomers have put our universe as infinite. But if you actually search it up, you would know that not only is the universe not already infinite, it is still growing, but second of all, it will stop growing at some point. There's already the story about Hawking's radiation, which scientists and NASA themselves have stated that they agree with it. And it basically talks about the cosmic decay of the universe, basically the end of the universe. He states that the energy that came from the Big Bang is limited, and it is still expanding and working out, but in the future, in the future, I think it's like, a Google year, a Google year. So like right now it was like 13.8 billion years that the universe has been around. But when the universe turns like one Google, that's when it's going to start dying. And what happens is the energy that was produced from the Big Bang basically is going to reach its limit. The universe is going to grow to as big as it possibly can be. And then all the energy that it had within it, like stars and nebulas and stuff, is going to start to die out. Stars are going to die and become black holes. And then towards the end of the universe's life, where it's ended, everything is going to become into a black hole. Then they're going to collide into each other, becoming supermassive black holes, eating up everything else, then making one mega one. And as time passes, these black holes are going to eat up everything within the universe itself, because it's a dead universe at that point. And then it's going to start to decay. It decays because it dissipates without energy being put into it. So these black holes are starting to dissipate, and it is going to decay due to the radiation, and then it's just going to go away. And when it does, that's going to be the death of the universe. So the universe does have an end because it has a limited amount of energy, and it needs that energy to grow. So the fact that it has a limited amount of energy, which also means it has a limited amount of energy to grow, that means it has a finite size. The only reason scientists and NASA put it or label it the universe as infinite is due to the fact that, one, the universe is growing at a highly rapid rate, and it keeps on getting faster and faster. We don't know how much faster it's going to get. Second of all, we don't really even know how big the universe is. Yes, we say the universe is around like 93 billion light years across, but that's just for the observable universe. But the actual universe itself, we don't know how big it is, because with our instruments, our telescopes and stuff, they can see far out, they can move far out, but there's always going to be a limit to how far our tool is going to go. So our actual universe is way bigger than 93 173 billion light years. It's stated to be around estimated by NASA to be at least 250 times bigger than it is, but that's still a finite size and it's still growing. And even NASA stated that yes, it has a limit, they just don't know. The reason why they put infinite is because it's a benchmark. One, we don't know how big it is already. Two, we don't know how fast it's growing and how fast it will keep on growing. Three, we don't know when it will end and stuff. So we can't really state an actual or accurately, depict how big it is going to be or how big it even is now. So we just leave it as infinite, but that doesn't mean it literally is infinite. We hear these terms all the time saying this has infinite energy. Nothing has it. It does not have infinite energy. Pretty much mostly anything doesn't have infinite energy. So that is not true. And Toriyama also went by that saying that the universe is infinite because of the statement given out by NASA stating that our universe is infinite. So our universe is not infinite. DBZ's universe is modeled off of ours. So ours is not infinite. There shouldn't be infinite. And yes, it says infinite, and you guys just stay on the word infinite, infinite, infinite. But even in Dragon Ball Super, you go to it, they prove that it's not infinite. How do I know this? Well, they showed in the story that the Dragon Ball Earth, right, it's on the edge of the universe, right? And the tournament that was held in the Universe 6 versus 7 Tournament of Power, right? Not Tournament of Power, but, Universe 6 versus 7 tournament was on the Nameless Planet, which was on the opposite end of the universe, and it was on the, literally the edge, right? And we know this and we see this when they summon Super Shenron, and when he gets super big, you see his light glowing, and you see the bubble around our universe, Universe 7, connected to the other universe, Universe 6, which is Champa's universe, shining through there. So they literally state that our universe is the tail end, our Earth and Dragon Ball is at the tail end of the universe, and the Nameless Planet was on the other tail end of the universe. If the universe is infinite, why the fuck would there be planets on the tail fucking end of it? Think about this logically. Don't just listen to words. Words are not enough. Look at what has been shown. They literally stated that there is an edge to it. And we literally saw the visual representation when the light was shining. You see these two universes right next to each other. How the fuck are you going to say they're infinite if we saw the end to the size of it? They're not fucking infinite. And every other quintessential universe that is out there, or realm that's out there in the Dragon Ball cosmology that's connected, has been stated to be either roughly around the same size as the universe or a bit bigger. Which would still be fine fucking night, because if that's finite, if they're bigger, it's still finite. So no, the Dragon Ball universe is not infinite. I don't know why are you guys not fucking listening? I've explained this countless times. It's like you guys hear this and you're like, nope, I already have my own belief, so I'm gonna ignore it, even when he showed you proof and argument of logic. I literally explained that there was ends to it. If it's infinite, there will be no end. There will be no end to fucking find in sight. So one, and by NASA and our real world definition of it, it's not infinite. And Dragon Ball goes by that definition too. Toriyama said it's modeled off of our universe, right? So that would already disproven it. But even if you want to say, well, maybe Toriyama doesn't know, he himself has represented our universe being finite by stating that the Earth is on one opposite end, the edge of the universe. How are you on the edge of something that's infinite? And then the other Nameless Planet being on the other edge. And we saw it in the bubble, especially when he grew out, Super Shenron's light was emanating, went out to the ends. So it's fucking finite. And then the other universes, we have Heaven, stated to be the size of the universe, infinite. We have Radikai's planet to be smaller than the universe. So it's even smaller than our universe, so is their sun. The afterlife itself is way bigger than Heaven, so it's way bigger than the universe, but still not infinite in size, it's finite. Then we have Hell, which is also, I think they stated, bigger than our universe. Still finite. Supreme Kai's world, basically 1/10 the size, so it's around it. But we're trying to argue about being outerversal and boundless, but it's not. And then the other argument is, well, the afterlife would have got destroyed too, which is stated to be a dimension without time itself. Once again, you guys are assuming that a dimension without time means that it would have infinite space. No, unless if they stated, like for example, the World of Void. The World of Void was stated to be infinite in size and have no time, right? That's fine. If you want to say, let's say if Goku is able to destroy somehow the, infinite void, then you would have an argument there that yes, he is boundless. Yes, he's outerversal. But destroying the, the living not the living universe, destroying the afterlife is clearly not infinite, because we saw that all of these, universes that are connected and the Dragon Ball cosmology between each different universe 7, 6, 8, 10, whatever, they have that all encompassed in one. Whereas, the infinite void, there's only one of it, and it's not connected to anything else. It is just one because it's infinite. So just because a dimension also has no time or sense of time does not mean it is going to be infinite in size. It just means it has no fucking time. And all that means is that it has like no particles to, to move around to create time or whatever. And since it's, a spiritual realm, obviously you would not have the need to have time. It's not because it's a science thing. Like the world of void is like more of a science thing, whereas the afterlife is more of a magical reasoning. That's why it has no time, because it's magically outside the realms of existence. Now, if you want to make that argument, that is definitely more impressive. There is some impressiveness to this, not only just from the size, but to put it at boundless and Outerversal and stuff like that, then no, I would not I would not agree with that. And like I said, so the universe is not infinite, and then just because the afterlife is stated to have no time doesn't mean it is the same thing, because it's definitely not the same thing as the world of void. The world of void is obviously the size between the world of void and the afterlife are clearly two different things. The world of void hasn't shown to have an end or anything that will implicate that, whereas the afterlife would, because there are other sets of these universes. If it was infinite, there wouldn't be any room for another infinite. How do you have room of infinites with infinites? Unless if you have like infinite like thin paper layered on top of each other, but these are actual like spherical like objects. Like, so it's just dumb. I don't know what to say to you guys. Also, you guys keep on using that argument. Where's the other arguments? If he's easily beyond universal or boundless and stuff like that, why doesn't Goku and the rest of the Dragon Ball characters showcase feats on that level? Because here's how I know that's not really the case. When we had the Tournament of Power, everybody was losing shit at the fact that Goku was able to shake the world of void, and that was his most impressive feat, shaking the world of void when he transformed, right? He didn't even destroy the world of void or was threatening to destroy it. All he did was shake it, which is impressive, but it's not really harming it. It's just moving. It's like shaking the earth. You're not really destroying the earth. It does, it's still impressive, but the fact that they were surprised by that wouldn't make Goku boundless or Outerversal. It would be kind of like a feat close to it, but it wouldn't be that level, because you would need to be destroying it or threatening it, which he did not. He just did not. So, stop with that shit. That shit is just dumb. Like I said, if that was the case, Goku shaking the world of void by transforming wouldn't be that impressive. You'd be like, obviously he can do that. He's easily above, Outerversal. He's easily above, boundless. He should be able to one-shot that, right? So why the fuck would be shaking it by transforming be impressive if he can easily destroy it? It wouldn't be. It just really wouldn't be. And that was his most powerful feat, right? It was his most powerful feat that we saw. And it wasn't him destroying it, it was just shaking it. So if he is powerful enough to pass that, then why would that be his most powerful feat? If that's his most powerful feat, then where's the other feats? The other feats are below it, but you're saying that he's above that. But that's his highest, most impressive feat. Ridiculous. And then the other arguments that people make is like with Buhan. Well, Buhan was going to destroy the universes. The reason the universe was going to get destroyed was not because of his power. What he was doing when he was doing the scream, it was just called Vice Shout. Super Buu already did that, and he bridged a hole through the dimensions between, the hyperbolic time chamber and just the living world, right? He did that, and he breached a hole. What Super Buu was doing, or Buhan was doing when he was charging up and doing that, he was basically bridging holes between every dimension, and the realities were going to collapse. So it was stated and shown by Dende. He talked about the other dimensions, so it was showcasing hell, heaven, the afterlife. It was showcasing Supreme Kai's world. So he wasn't destroying it. He is a universal level threat, but there's a clear-cut difference between being a universal level threat and a universal level or a universe buster. A universe buster can one-shot it. A universal level threat can threaten it either through overtime or through chain reaction, and that's what he was doing, through chain reaction. Though it was a fast chain reaction, but it was through a chain reaction. So it wasn't really universal level feat. It was a feat that could be there, but it's a little more complex because he wasn't going to bust the universe. What he was doing is basically tearing a fabric through the fabrics of reality, thus making all these worlds collide in on itself, destroying it, which is still impressive, and I will say that is one of the most impressive feats throughout all of Dragon Ball Z. But it does not make you universal a universe buster. It just makes you universal level threat. Because if that was the case, then when because that was going to destroy not only the living realm but the entire Dragon Ball cosmology also, right? If that's impressive, if that was impressive, or if that was the case, then why would it be impressive that Goku and Beerus's collision and Shockwave was going to just do the same thing? Why would that be impressive? We saw Goku, we saw all the way back in Z where they're way weaker, and it was already stated that Super Vegito couldn't, Super Saiyan 3 Vegito couldn't even beat Beerus, and Super Vegito was beating the shit out of Buuhan, and Buuhan just, going crazy. He's a little bit below him, so he was able to accomplish that feat. You're saying that is, macrocosm level, right? But then we see Beerus versus Super Saiyan God Goku, which he got infinitely stronger than that, and that's impressive. You don't see the contradictions here? You don't see, am I just seeing it or am I just being crazy? Because like I said, if that feat was the case, it was the case that Buuhan was, you could destroy the whole universe. Then why would Beerus and Goku's clash be impressive? Why would people be arguing years later on, talking about that fight, saying, oh, is that really, universal? Because people are arguing that that's not even the case, that wasn't the case, which I disagree with. But people are arguing then, if we had a feat that was prior to that, why the fuck would we be fighting about this? We could have just said, well, Buuhan was able to do it, so why couldn't he now when he's even more powerful? But we don't, because we know that there was another reasoning. When you look at the context of it, it's not the case. So is Goku Outerversal? No. Is he boundless? No. Has he shown anything of those levels? No. The closest we got to is him shaking the world of void, but he didn't really destroy it or threaten it, so that wouldn't put him on boundless levels of power. And then everything else is just a dumb argument to be made or had. So yeah, that is just all incorrect. It's just, just not true. Buuhan is also not universal level. He's a universal level threat, but that doesn't make you a universal level being. So he's not that powerful. I do think he is Goku's high multiversal levels of power, and the reason why I say that is because he was able to destroy the Dragon Ball macrocosm, which was basically our universe, heaven, which is the size of a universe, so 2 universes, Grand Kai's plan, which is almost the size of our universe but a bit smaller, the sun, that's also almost the size of our universe but a bit smaller, hell, which is stated to be bigger than our universe, the afterlife, which is way bigger because it houses in heaven, Grand Kai's planet, and the sun that orbits around heaven, which would be even bigger. And then you combine all those together, then you have the distance between that cosmology and where the Supreme Kai's world orbits around the Earth. So that loop, that's another size, and then Supreme Kai's world, which is stated to be 1/10 the size of the macrocosm, not the universe, but the macrocosm itself. So that's insanely big, insanely powerful, but it is not boundless or infinite. But it's still insanely powerful. That is already like dozens of universes there. So it would, like, Screwtack put it like 9 times universal, whatever. Okay, let's go by 9 times universal. And then, we have Goku going up in power. We already know by, Battle of Gods, the Goku is able to absorb Super Saiyan God into his, his Super Saiyan form at that time, and then by Resurrection of F, into his base. So base Goku, and since this is Goku way more powerful than that, this would mean that, and just to simplify it, base Goku equivalent to Super Saiyan God Goku. Super Saiyan God Goku was 9 times universal, right? By just using Screwtack's one, because besides that, I don't really know how big it is. So he's 9 times universal just in base. Then you times that by Super Saiyan 1 times 50, 450 times universal. Then times that by 2 in Super Saiyan 2, 900 times universal. Then times that by Super Saiyan 4, Super Saiyan 3, 3,600 times universal, which we know that to be low multiversal levels of power, you have to be able to destroy 1,000 universes. He was able to, within Super Saiyan 3, he's able to destroy 3.6 times over that. And then we go by Super Saiyan God, which stacks on top of it, which we don't know how much that is. For argument of sake, let's just say it's like, it's a 10 times multiplier. You times that by 10, 36,000. You times that by 50, which Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, which is basically, the Super Saiyan God power and Super Saiyan, so it should be times 50. That would be 1,800,000 universes. Well above, low multiversal. So even above just multiversal levels of power. And remember, guys, remember this. That is only going based off of Resurrection of F, because Resurrection of F, Goku's base was equivalent to Super Saiyan God. But we know throughout, Dragon Ball Super, the anime, and especially the manga, he got way more powerful than that. So his base would be astronomically higher than Super Saiyan God, Goku, and Battle Gods, which could destroy 9 universes. But even when we downplay it to the highest, he would be 1,800,000 times universal, which would put him at high multiversal levels of power. That's where I get it off of, and there's nothing that contradicts that because we've seen him on those levels. So yes, high multiversal. Anything else I think is just a little too much. So I know a lot of you guys are going to disagree with me, but those are my points. If you have any better points to disagree or refute my arguments, go ahead, but don't keep on using this bullshit logic that you guys are using. Use an actual argumentative point. So yeah, Goku's not Outerversal. He's not this other stuff, but he is high multiversal, and he could get to those levels, but we just haven't seen those feats of what Goku's capable of. And I'm not saying he isn't at all, because Goku, especially at this point, got way stronger. But from what we've shown from the feats, it does not prove that he is, and that's all I'm saying. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for next time.